Good morning, everyone. It's Jeff from the Cyber Pro podcast, back again with another episode. Today, we're industry leaders like to share their insights about cybersecurity. As you guys know, it's 5 questions in 9 minutes because hackers never sleep. So let's jump in. James, in a few sentences, please share with us who you are and what you do.
Sure. I'm CEO of Amphib Digital. We provide affordable, high-quality recruiting services for small to medium-sized businesses covering IT services, cybersecurity, engineering, and defense contracting.
Wonderful. Please tell us what you feel is the best or most fascinating thing about being the CEO of your own company during these unprecedented times.
Yes, these are definitely unprecedented times. The most fascinating thing about being a CEO of one's own company during these times is having the ability to accept challenge, to be resilient, and to be able to execute as everything is constantly changing. And it's very exciting and also rewarding.
Yeah, well put. Question number 3, we hear from other industry leaders that cybersecurity is not only a top concern today, but is getting bigger and bigger. What does that mean to you?
So cybersecurity definitely deserves equal consideration with regular IT operations, in my opinion. Reason for this is that, especially given the pandemic, many people are moving to teleworking options, and that's putting more strain on networks. That's requiring unique communications such as VPNs, software such as traffic management from F5 big IPs, as well as utilizing single sign-ons. So cybersecurity definitely deserves more attention as time moves on because the challenges keep getting more grave.
Yeah, that goes along a theme that I've heard a little bit. I'm going to go off track for just a second. We hear from a lot of folks different variants of the following comment, that cybersecurity in the past and even today is kind of an afterthought. And moving into the future, we need to evolve our thinking into making cybersecurity top of mind, foundational as we develop and deploy things. Do you have any thoughts on that?
Yes, that's actually a very, very good point, that cybersecurity should become a forethought rather than afterthought. In addition, cybersecurity could also benefit from hiring people of diverse backgrounds. As the cyber threats begin to change, different backgrounds are required to understand threats, which are often human, using technical means to carry out their operations. So definitely important to think about cybersecurity as a forethought and to start hiring people from various diverse backgrounds to bring to the fight.
Wow, you really made the hair stand up on my neck. I mean, we hear a lot so much these days in the media about diversification and inclusion, and sometimes I think we forget that the cyber threats, while they're electronic in nature, they're programmed by a human, and not all humans think alike. So if you want to catch or thwart the perpetrator, you need to begin to think like somebody who doesn't think like we do. That's a really wow. Wow. That's very cool. All right, I'm going to jump into question number 4, which is what insights about launching a startup would you care to share with our community?
So insights regarding launching a startup, I would say that a couple of things required to launch a startup require good planning, the ability to understand and create one's own business plan. I would also say that another piece of insight for launching a startup would be to seek good counsel, find people from various committees, from chambers of commerce, from different organizations to act as your sounding board as you're executing. I would also say it's important to be able to have good communication skills. Sometimes the CEO, when the company's starting out, you're the salesperson, you're the IT person, and the finance guy rolled up in one. So it's important to have good communication skills as well. Last but not least, have good critical thinking as well. Those who are launching their businesses during pandemic will find that these are very irregular times. As a result, they have to adjust and adapt to these constant changes. People not going out as much, people going online more often, people using more technologies like VPNs, more social media. So all in all, I would say the important thing about being a CEO during these times, or more, I guess, launching a startup during these times, is to be flexible, again, have good critical thinking, find good counsel, and create good plans, and plan constantly. First plan dies, so you have to keep on constantly planning as you move along.
Yeah, well put. Thank you for that, James. It's I think we have a lot of entrepreneurs that watch our podcast, and I think that the one thing we can all bank on is the fact that we can't tell what's coming tomorrow, and we've got to be ready to pivot and be nimble. So well put. Thank you for that. For our final question, our fun question of the day, tell us about your favorite piece of retro technology that makes you smile.
Wow, my favorite piece of retro technology that makes me smile. I would say it's the spear. So, yes.
No, please take a stab at that.
I will thrust the idea upon the audience here about the spear. The spear, of course, being the long weapon, made famous around the world. I believe, okay, from the spear, a human could hunt and get food. They could protect their village, their family. They could develop additional tools using the spear heads to sharpen and whittle things, and even use a spear as temporary structure for shelter. So therefore, the spear is the most fascinating piece of retro technology, in my opinion.
Wow. That's got it. You know what, James? Top 10 right there. Nice. For those of our listeners who want to learn a little bit more about you, your services at your company, what's the best way to get a hold of you?
The best way to get a hold of me would be through email. My email address, it's jchen@amphib-digital.com. That's my direct email, and you can reach me there. Alternatively, we're on a Wix site, which is available. If you go to Wix and search for Amphib Digital, that's where we're located.
Brilliant. Thank you, James. And that is the end of our podcast today. For those of you who watch our podcast, or for those of you who are new, we publish about 3 to 4 different episodes a week with folks like James that are able to come and bring a different perspective, a good perspective on cybersecurity and some of the issues surrounding it. So on that, I will say thank you to James, and to all of our watchers and listeners. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.